welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm talking about Survivor Season 41. I'm so excited to be talking about that. And before we get on to the video, if you think you're going to enjoy it, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And with that, we'll get on to the video. Okay, so the cast. I'm just going to tell you what I've seen in preparation for this, because I didn't want to have seen too much, because otherwise I just couldn't have my own opinions. So I watched the EW videos very loosely though, so I don't exactly remember what everyone said in those. I watched everybody's individual like CBS video. They used to put those on CBS.com, but now they're just on like the CBS Instagram, or the Survivor Instagram. So I've seen their individual CBS videos, I've seen their Entertainment Weekly videos, and I've read the bios. And I've listened to Rob Cesternino and Mike Bloom's cast, like, overall season preview. But they did talk about the cast a little bit. But I didn't listen to their, like, previewing the castaways. Because then I would just totally just be, like, copying whatever they said. And I thought about listening to that just so I could have better opinions. But I was like, no, that's a bad choice. Because yeah, I want to have my own opinions on each person, so I'm gonna listen to those after I finish filming this video. Actually, I'm gonna go to bed after I film this, but I'll listen to those tomorrow and stuff. So yeah. Sorry if I'm looking down a lot, but it's just because I have the bios on my up on my laptop, or I'm like pulling them up because I can't like look at my phone or anything. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over each person's bio, what I thought about them. I'm gonna try to make it quick because I don't want this video to be like too long. Like, it's not a podcast. I'm gonna try to keep it like 30 minutes or less. So yeah, I'm gonna like say what they had in their bio, any key points I thought about them, and then I have if I think they'll make the merge or be pre-merge. So I picked 8 people to be pre-merge and 10 people to make the merge, because it's a 18 player season. I'm not sure if I said that already, but 3 tribes, 18 players. Okay, so the first person who comes up is Brad Reese. Brad. He's from Wyoming. I didn't know Wyoming was a state. Oh, that probably sounded really stupid, but I don't really care. For some reason, I was thinking Wyoming was like a city, but now that I think about it, it definitely is a state, I guess. So he lists his hobbies as hunting, fishing, pursuing passions, achieving dreams. He's spontaneous, practical, patience. He has one peeve, and it's lack of initiative. So he talks a lot about his family, and his dad's his hero. He likes Boston Rob. He's like, I don't know, he just seems like he's like a farmer family guy. Farmer family man, not like Family Guy, the cartoon show. And I'm not very high on Brad. I'm just like, I don't really like him. Well, I have anything against him. He says his favorite player is Ozzy. He just seems kind of boring. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he just kind of seems like, oh, I'm a nice, good, strong family man guy, and I like Ozzy and Boston Rob and Malcolm, and like, just nothing special. Nothing reaches out to me. I don't have anything against him, but I feel like he's gonna be pre-merge. I wouldn't like, I'm not gonna be mad if he makes the merge, and he could prove me wrong, and he could be great, amazing character on the show. But for me, I'm just like, I'm Brad. He's not my favorite. He's not my least favorite. He's just Okay, the next person is Danny McCrae. Yeah. So he is our token ex-sports something, or ex something. So he's an ex-NFL football player. I don't know anything about him. So he's from Texas. So I'm kind of on him too. I just don't think he's ever seen the show before. Like, I think, and if he has, like, I feel like he's like a recent viewer, and he's like, I don't have anything against him. He lists his favorite players as Jeremy top, but Russell is close. So I do like that. I think that's cool. In his bio, his hobbies are competing, traveling, and cooking. I almost said cookies. Cookies are my hobby. Words to describe him: competitive, charismatic, optimistic. Like, once again, seems like a nice guy, I guess. But one of his pet peeves is lying. Like, I guess he doesn't mean in the game. Like, he could be fine with lying in the game, but it's like, you're going on Survivor and you're really gonna list one of your peeves as lying. Like, I don't know. I guess that's just kind of annoying to me. And lack of awareness. He seems like a nice guy. I think I see him as someone who will have a strong physical game. Maybe a nice social game, but I don't see him being very strategic at all. Wants to outplay, outlast. Can't see that's just backwards, but I'm pretty sure it's outplay, outlast. I just found that really funny, and I don't think I'm the only one who caught that, because I saw Laura and Ashley Beck commented, I don't know why I keep saying her full, like, 3-word name, but under that, and she was like, can't wait to see him outwork, and it just, I think that kind of encapsulates what I think his game's gonna be. Like, he's gonna be outworking, he's not gonna be outwitting. Oh, here's one of my other downsides for him. He's gonna hide that he used to be an NFL player. Like, I hate when people, you know what, I said that I don't hate lying. Oh, his peeve is lying, he's lying already. But I don't mind lying when it makes sense, but I think it's stupid when people lie about their careers. It's like when Lisa Whelchel was hiding the issues on Facts of Life. I don't think anyone cared. Like, they do this on Big Brother all the time. They're like, I'm not a lawyer, I'm a bartender. Safer. I really don't think anyone cares. So I just don't think he should hide it. I just don't think there's really a point. But I do see him making the merge. I think I'm just kind of on him in general, but I think he'll be fine. Okay, here's a polarizing figure. David Vos, or Voss, or Vos sounds better. So for how I feel about him, I wrote, I don't know, because that's how I feel. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I want to hate him, but I also want to love him. Like, I don't know. I think the reason is, so people are very interested. He's obviously, he's a fan of the show. He talks about listening to David Bloomberg and Rob Sestranino to prepare and stuff. But he's very intense. And I think one of the things that was interesting, some people jump out at me as they remind me of myself. This guy reminds me of myself in like a very strange way. How I feel like I could end up playing the game, but I wouldn't, because I think I have more like social capitals than him. And I feel like he's like me if I wasn't as like laughing all the time. Yeah, he's me if I didn't find so many things funny. Like, I feel like he's gonna end up being too much of a game bot to be able to do well. Like I think he's just too far into the strategy and isn't social enough to back it up. Okay, next up we have Deshawn Radin, and I keep forgetting to say their ages, but I think let's see, Brad was like 50, Danny was like 36, and David was like 34. So anyways, Danny, sorry, I meant Deshawn, not Danny. He is 26. He's from California, but he's now in Miami, Florida, and he's a med student. And I'm just gonna say it right now, I really like him. I really like this guy. At first, you can see I crossed it out. I was like, I like, and I switched it to I really like. I really like this guy. He was actually one of the people, because they were starting to film a season before the pandemic, but then they had to send those people home, and I don't think many of them are on the cast anymore. They mostly recast it, partly because of the new diversity rules, which is cool, and then partly because, I don't know, just new season, who dis? Yeah, so Deshawn, he was one of the people who was kept from the original cast. I can see why. He lists himself as charming, devious, and resilient, and I think he is very charming. I really like this guy. I guess charmed me. he seems very interesting. His hobbies are cooking, making music, and tennis. He loves to play like Street Fields and Wendell. That's pretty great. His favorite player is Sari. I think he's like a good amount of fan. Like he's not too deep into this to like the strategy game bot stuff where he would have problems. Yeah, so basically I feel like he's like a perfect amount of fan where he's not too deep into it where it just like encapsulate his brain the whole time, but he's enough of a fan where I think he could be really like thinking about it. And I think the fact that he was kept from pre-pandemic makes he had longer to think about his strategy, like knowing he was going to be on the show. So yeah, and I have him making the merge. I don't know why he wouldn't. Like, I don't know why they would vote him out pre-merge. Like, yeah. Okay, so next up we have Eric Abram. He's 51, he's from Atlanta, Georgia, but he now is in San Antonio, Texas, and he's a security analyst. His hobbies are basketball, golfing, reading. He's open-minded, optimistic, and confident, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, that's not bad. But at first I wrote that I like him-ish, but I decided that I like him. I don't really remember why I like him, but I think he just seems like a fun guy and not too much of like a nice guy where it's annoying, but just like a good amount of it. And he says his favorite player is Richard Hatch, so I think he's a longtime fan of the show, which is great. Sorry, I keep looking down. I'm looking at his bio. Let's see. He would like to play like Wendell, Boston Rob, and Richard Hatch, which I'm glad that this cast isn't down on. They all seem up on Wendell, not down on Wendell, because he did kind of get a bad rap on Ghost Island. Don't at me. I meant Winners at War. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about Eric. So so I think this is all I have to say about him, and I think he's gonna make the merge. So yeah. Okay, next up we have Erika, and I really like her too. Her favorite player is Todd Herzog, which I think is great. And what? Oh, okay. In the Entertainment Weekly interviews they did, one of the questions was like, what's one of your most embarrassing moments? And she said that she does a lot of embarrassing things, but she doesn't get embarrassed very easily. And I really like that. I think that's a good trait in a person. And I really like her. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it up front. Erika's my winner pick. So, I don't know how well she's gonna do. By the way, she is from Toronto, Ontario. So that's cool. She's communications manager, which is what I would like to work in someday, possibly, maybe. That's one of my things that I might want to work in. She describes herself as empathetic, fearless, and fun. I really like her because I think you know how I said David reminds me of me in like a bad way? Erika reminds me of me in a good way. Like my good traits plus things I'd like to do that I'm not. So, she said one of her goals is to pay off her student loans by 30, and she did it at 27. And I don't know, because I talk about a lot how I'm trying not to be in debt someday, which most people aren't talking about, so it's kind of weird and awkward. But I just think that's really cool. She said a lot of good things. I don't remember all the things she said, but go watch her interview on the CBS Instagram. What? I need to go to bed or drink water. One of the two. I'm gonna go get water. Alright, we back. Oh, Survivor sticker on my water bottle. So I don't know how to drink water. Oh, okay. Erika. She thinks she's gonna play the game like Brenda on the outside and Todd underneath. So, she says Brenda is physically strong, socially aware, and not afraid to show her teeth. That's why I started laughing, because of the teeth thing and the Dawn and the take out your teeth.
I want you to take out your teeth, Dawn.
Anywho, I think that's good, and I think that because Brenda was kind of a flop on Nicaragua other than the teeth part. So I think it's nice when people remember how, I mean, not Nicaragua, in Caramoan, how high people were on Brenda in Nicaragua. So yeah, I really like Erika, and I think she will make the merge because she's my winner pick, and you have to make the merge to be a winner, unless there's edge of extinction, but there's not. Next up, we have Evvie. I think it's pronounced Evvie. She is 28. From looks like she lives in, what's MA? Is that Maryland or Massachusetts? Massachusetts.
Massachusetts? Oh man, they just taught me how to say it and I forgot again. Massachusetts. Maryland?
She's from Arlington, Maryland, I think. She is a PhD student. Hobbies are cooking, biking, and being in nature. Extrovert, enthusiastic, and smart. Pet peeves, men, but not all men. Doesn't like mansplainers. Who does? Nobody does. Let's see. So I think most people are very high on Evvie, and I don't know if I'm quite as high. Because I'm just afraid that they'll be doing too much, and or like come off too smart, or something like I just feel like she has a lot in her, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Like, I think it would be like a pre-merge, they were robbed kind of thing. They put their favorite player as Parvati, so that's cool. I could just see her being opinionated and just doing too much. So I don't really know what's gonna happen. I don't know how to describe what she's all about. So if you want to know, read the bio, watch the video, and yeah. Okay, now we have Jenny, or Genie. Genie Chen bot? No. Okay. She is 46. She was from Los Angeles, California. She lives in Portland, Oregon. I do know what OR stands for. She's a grocery store clerk. Funny, kind, sensible. Thrift stores. Pet peeve. Her bio is very short. Like, I can look how short this is. That's very nice. Mine would be long, so it's fine. My opinion on Evvie is I like her. At first, I was like, but now I'm like, I think I like her, and I think she could go far. I do think she's gonna make the merge. I don't have like too much to say about her, but I like her, and I think she could go far. Okay, next up we have Heather Eldert. She's 52. She's from, I don't know what SC is. Charleston. Oh, South Carolina. I'm stupid. I have problems. Okay, she's from Charleston, South Carolina. She's a stay-at-home mom. She wants to be the oldest female winner ever, which is really cool. She's authentic, passionate, and devoted. Good for her, I guess. Okay, so here's one of my problems with her. If you have to describe yourself as authentic, how authentic can you be? Like how can you be authentic? Like, I guess you are or you aren't, but I have no idea when my video turned off, but I was talking about Heather. Let's see. She wants to play the game like Rick Devens, and Tina, but embody the kindness of Lisa Welchel and the savviness of Chrissy Hoffback. All that checks out. I like those answers. She said she considers herself sharp and observant. Her favorite player is Tina. I like her. I think she could make the merge. I have her as pre-merge, but I wouldn't be shocked if she does make the merge. Next up, we have Jarius. Jarius is 20, so he is younger than the show itself. That's crazy. He is very young. I get that he's older than me, but like for this show, I'm like, oh, these are like grown-ups who are older than me. And this guy's a grown-up who's older than me, but like he's closer in age with me than a lot of the cast. So, yeah. Yeah, he's closer in age with me than the majority of the cast. So he's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I can't do that one. He's a college student. His hobbies are, buddy, Survivor can't be one of your hobbies. You don't do that regularly. Survivor's not your hobby, but whatever. It's fine because I like him. He likes working with kids, athletics. Once again, I don't think he knows what a hobby is. Like, I don't know what state abbreviations is. Jarius doesn't know what hobbies are. Survivor can't be your hobby because it's a one-time thing, one and done. Possibly 2, 3, 4 if you're special, but like, Survivor's not your hobby. And his other hobby is working with kids, / pediatric nursing. I don't think pediatric nursing is a hobby. Like, yeah, that's not a hobby. And then athletics, that's a hobby. But like, I don't think he knows what a hobby is. Okay, anyways. High energy, charming, charismatic. Checks out. He's fun, but he's very young. Pet peeves. He really hates bullies. I feel like bullies aren't a peeve. Like, bullies is something you should hate. I feel like he also doesn't know what a pet peeve is, but he's not the only one. I think a peeve is something funny that like bugs you specifically. Like when people are like sexism, racism, misogyny. Like, that's very serious, and those are bad things that should not be happening. But I feel like it's not a peeve. Like, if you're like, my pet peeves in life, oh, this is so funny. Like, I hate when people chew with their mouth open. I hate when people like pick at nail polish, and I hate bullying and drug abuse. Like, kind of kills the mood. Anywho, but I don't really care. He also says louding, so I think he knows what a peeve is. I think he just want to throw in that he doesn't like bullies. I gotta drink more water. Okay, so he'd like to play the game like the accumulation of some great Survivor winners of the past, specifically Parvati, Fabio, and Jeremy Collins. What an interesting trifecta of people. Parvati, Fabio, and Jeremy Collins. Okay, so no one in the history of Survivor can charm like Parv. Checked out. I'm gonna change that. Love your confidence, buddy. Fabio's ability to be underestimated. I guess he was underestimated. If he was, now the fact that he said him as a great Survivor winner, don't know if I agree with Fabio as a great Survivor winner, but I agree with him as being underestimated, and I think he did have skill. He just like wasn't the greatest. And then Jeremy's meat shield thing. So all checks out. I don't know why I'm like saying what checks out. Like that's his, like it's what he's saying. Okay, he says he has great social work. Okay, I don't know where the rest of my video went, but I'm pretty sure I have him making the merge. So, okay, next up we have Liana Wallace. First Survivor Liana. She is 20, so she's also younger than the show and very young. She's also in college. She's in Washington, D.C., but I think she's from Illinois originally. She hates people who chew with their mouth open. That's a peeve. That's a peeve. Accomplished and proud of. Oh, wow. I guess I skidded over this when I first read the bio. She was invited to perform her spoken word for Congressman John Lewis during a fundraiser for I don't care about that stuff. That's cool. Her Her own Y, Misty Copeland. Hey, I know who that is. She's like the first African American to be a principal dancer for the American Ballet Theater, which I think is amazing and very cool. And yeah. Okay, she wants to play the game like Tony Vlachos, which is interesting because I don't think anyone can play the game like Tony Vlachos. Like, Tony is Tony, and I think if anyone tried to replicate that, they would extremely fail. But if Tony does that, somehow he gets away with it because he's Tony. But that's just my opinion. Her favorite player is Sara. I like the girl, but I do think she's going to be pre-merge. She could prove me wrong. I wouldn't be shocked if she makes the merge, but I don't think she's gonna. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Okay, Naseer. So I think he was the military kid. He was a military kid, and he actually like learned English from like Survivor, if I'm correct. I might be talking about a whole different person, and people are gonna be like, what? But he's 37. He lives in California currently. He's a sales manager. He's authentic, outgoing, hardworking. Again, do you really have to say you're authentic? But whatever. He is, my opinion on him is like, he's definitely not my favorite. One thing I'd like to say that everyone on this season was very into people who are unapologetically themselves. And I'm like, do I have to hear that word one more time? Well, it's a phrase, but not a word. But everyone, they're like, yeah, that's my favorite player because they're unapologetically themselves. And I'm unapologetically myself. And that's just like such a 2021 thing to be like, I'm myself. Like, I never minded that before when people like actually are unapologetically themselves. But now I just feel like it's a thing people say even if they're like not. And I don't think that's a bad thing if you're not like completely unapologetically yourself. But I don't know. Yeah, everyone yeah. Okay, so I think he's gonna be pre-merge. I don't have anything against him. He's just kinda He stated his favorite player as Philip Shepard. So I'm just like, really? I don't know. He's fine. Next up we have Ricard. He's 31, he's a flight attendant. He's from whatever WA is. I give up and I don't care if I'm stupid. I like-ish him. Like, I don't know if I like him. Like, I think I like him. I don't know. His favorite player is Natalie Anderson. He's actually hard of hearing. I don't know what that entails exactly. So someone would have to educate me on that, on like how he's hard of hearing. But pet peeves, being asked a question and the answer being ignored. That is annoying. I like your peeve. Ricard, I like your peeve. I'm not even gonna try to say it. I think his last name is like Foyer or whatever. I don't really know. Okay, he's deaf in one ear. That's how he's hard of hearing. He's deaf in one ear. So he's very good at reading lips, and he's fluent in American Sign Language. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. He thinks he's gonna play the game like Aubrey Bracco. These bios this year, they're spaced out weird. Whoever messed them up, because they did not put spaces between the questions. And if they did them, and if the contestants did them, CBS, edit these better. Fix them. Anywho, he thinks he's going to play like Aubrey Bracco. He's gonna win by being kind, but not taking attacks. I don't know. I like-ish him. I didn't write him down for anything, so I think he's gonna make the merge. Cause there's room for him in Jade's merge. That's all I have. Okay, next up we have Sara Wilson. She is 24. She is from Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I figured it out. It's Massachusetts. I give up. No more trying to say that. I can't. She's a healthcare consultant. Her hobbies are poker, aerial skills, and trapeze, cooking, and baking. 3 words to describe her are astute, resilient, and witty. Unclearness. Her pet peeves are really crude humor. Manners go a long way. Okay, so she seems like a nice person. I put her as I like-ish. Her favorite Survivor player is Kim Spradlin, so that's great. Something you might not know is looking at you. She said she considers herself one to have many layers. She may come off as super sweet, but is tough. And I don't doubt that she's tough. I don't know. I like her, but if she doesn't win or isn't a really good narrator, I just feel like she's gonna be purple. Like, I just don't think she's that interesting, or at least in ways that can pop on camera. She honestly seems like a real class act, and usually when I say that, like, I'm joking, like I say that in a joking way, but she actually, like, I couldn't think of a way to describe her other than, like, she seems like a really classy person, like, better than me, but I don't know if she's gonna pop on camera. I think she's gonna make the merge, because I don't see why she wouldn't. And yeah, okay, getting down to it. Next up we have Shantel Smith. I think that's how you say her name. I wrote for her, I think I like her with a question mark. I don't know, like, I think I like her. She seems fun. She's a pastor. Her hobbies are running, improv, acting, comedy, dancing. Those are all great things. One of her pet peeves is secondhand embarrassment, and I never thought of that as one of my possible pet peeves, because I have like a list for, I don't know, I have problems. But I love that as a pet peeve, because, like, I don't know, I just like her pet peeve. She has other peeves, but I like that secondhand embarrassment is one of them. Because secondhand embarrassment, it's so awkward when you have to experience that, and I'm like, I don't want that. Something you would never know from looking at her. She was in a gang? Yeah, I would not know that. But I guess you never know much about people's past, and because it's not important. But yeah, she thinks she's gonna play like Kim, Ty, and has some Parv in her too. I don't know what she means by that, but I'll just take her word for it. Because you have to get the classic Parv. Ugh, why'd my ears pop? I think I like her. I do think she'll make the merge. I don't see her as a winner. I honestly could see her as a finals goat, but you never know. And yeah. Next up we have Sydney Siegel. I'm just gonna get that out here. She was my favorite coming into the season. I'm very high on her. I really like her. She is 26. Her hometown is Los Angeles, California, which that's a pretty cool hometown. That's usually where people like move to. And then currently she lives in Brooklyn, New York. So she's definitely a city person. She's a law student. She's a New York law student, and she talked about, like, I think this was her, not wanting to tell people that, like, that she's like Wall Street and stuff, because that might come off bad. But I just think that's so cool. I was stalking her on Instagram, and it seems like she travels a lot of cool places, and I don't know, she just seems really cool. I really like her. She seems to have a very like not optimistic, a very correct perception of herself, because she says her favorite player is Russell Hands, and I like that, because I feel like people are very low on Russell Hands lately, but so it's nice to just see one who is giving Russell the credit he deserves, just because I feel like he's become, like, everyone being like, just the, like, I'm Russell Hands, I'm the best of all time, the credit deserves. But then she says she thinks she's gonna play like Natalie White, and most people who love Russell, they're like, we hate Natalie, she sucks. But Sydney, I think she's very, yeah, I think I'll play with, like, Natalie White. And is Natalie White the best winner? No. But, like, player-wise, if she hadn't have won, like, I think she was a pretty good player in the game. Getting better at drinking water, second by second. And, yeah, she can speak Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and some French. Like, I don't know why anyone wouldn't be obsessed with her. She thinks she has hindsight and a high survivor IQ. She's gonna play to win. She, let's see, she's a California state champion of cross country. What's not to love about her? I really like Sydney. But she lists herself as confident, charismatic, and empathetic. She is very confident. And like I think it's great. Like that's like she like in a great way. But now I might switch her with with like Ricard or someone to make pre-merge, because I could see her making the merge and going far, or I could see her being like third boot, which really sucks. But yeah, I do have her as pre-merge, but I don't know. I might switch her. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, now we have Tiffany Seeley, and for her I wrote, She is 47 years old. She's from she currently resides in Plainview, New York. She grew up in Forest Hills, Queens, New York. She's a teacher. For her, I have, Her hobbies are running, talking to people. I do like that. I like that one of her hobbies is talking to people, because that's great. She describes herself as funny, loving, and loud. Pet peeves, I hate to be wrong. Honestly, me too. I hate being wrong. I like being right. I like knowing things. Is she saying that one of her pet peeves is she hates people who hate being wrong, or she hates being wrong? People empower I can't tell if the way she made it that, I think maybe she was trying to be funny, but it came off as just she's another person who doesn't know what a peeve is. But whatever. She's a mom of 2 boys. She said she's gonna lie about her age to like try to say she's in her like mid to late 30s. For what? For what? Like, same reason I didn't like someone lying about their career. At least that makes sense a little bit. Like, I get if you're like 19 and you want to say you're older. Like I even get that. But I don't know why I don't think it matters if you're 47 or 37. Like, if you do well, you do well, and if you don't, you don't. I don't think anyone cares, and it really annoys me that she's lying about her age. But I do like that her favorite player is Adam Klein, but I do have her down as I think she's going to be a pre-merge boot. Home stretch. Last up, we have Xander Hastings. He's 21, so he was born like right around Survivor's premiere. He was probably born right as the Survivor finale was happening. I don't know. Around them. Then he's from Florida, but he's in Illinois now, and he's an app developer. I like it. I like this guy. I like Xander. I think he's gonna make the merge. I love that Coach is his favorite player. Like, I don't know why, but I love that. Like, that's just great. Anyways, he's independent, resilient, adventurous. He likes antique shopping, road tripping, and graphic design. I wouldn't expect the antique shopping, but also I could kind of see it with this kind of guy. One of his pet peeves are laziness and cockiness, especially for people who like to bark orders. I get that, but yeah, okay. My voice is dying. His hero is his dad. Oh, I love this. He says that who would you like to play Survivor game most like? Any of the pre-boy challenge beast charmers. I just love that that's the way he says it. Like, he's very honest. Like, the pretty boy challenge beast charmers, like, he doesn't have to be like, oh, but like, I'm not gonna be like that. He said like Jay or Joe or Devin. I think I'd most like to play Jay. I like that he's listing Jay Sara as someone to play like. I think that's a very smart choice for him. I could see him having Devin vibes, but yeah, I think Jay Sara is. I like that as a choice. And then Jack of all trades. Yeah, so I think he will make the merge, and I honestly could see him. I could see him in the final 3. So that's my last contestant I need to talk about. Okay, I'm very excited for this next segment that I will have in almost every episode. I'm going to call it Casuals Bus, or Casuals Bus Ride. So this is basically like my Casuals Corner segment. So shout out to Liana Boraz on I don't remember, on the RHAP B&B, because that's where I got it from. She goes onto the Facebook page and sees what the casuals have to say about the season, well, I did my own spin on it, and I was thinking, since I'm just gonna be doing these by myself, how can I bring other people in so just not just my single opinion every week? I'm like, I guess I can have my mom talk about the episode with me sometimes, and if any of you guys want to be on it, if you live close to me, come over. Like, if you're my friend and you secretly watch Survivor, come to my house, we'll do it. Or just like DM me, and I could set up like a Google Meet or a Google Hangouts and record it. I'll figure it out, and you can totally be on my episode recaps. So if anyone wants to be on my episode recaps, just hit me up and I'll set up a thing. So you can talk about the show with me too. But my way to bring people in was, I was like, oh wait, a lot of people watch Survivor, a lot of like random middle school, high school, because my bus is like middle school and high schoolers ride the same bus. And
Hey, no one cares.
Anywho, but yeah, so we have lots of people on our bus, and I realized, I was like, oh, but it's like mostly casual, so I was like, perfect. So the first person I have up for casuals bus is my friend Lydia. I think I do say it in the video that she's in 9th grade, but I think she's the perfect representative of casual. She doesn't have a favorite player because she doesn't remember them. She doesn't have a favorite season because she doesn't remember them. She thinks she started watching in like 5th grade, and she didn't know that there was a new season, but she's very excited for it. So, like, I don't know. I think that's the perfect example of a casual. So, enjoy. This is Lydia. She's in 9th grade, right? Okay. I have questions. So, you watched the show Survivor, right?
Yes.
So, how long have you been watching?
I think I can remember.
Since, like, 3rd grade, 4th grade?
5th, maybe?
5th? Okay, so, like 4 years. So, do you remember any players so one could be your favorite?
No.
Do you remember any seasons so one could be your favorite?
No.
Okay, did you know that there's a new season on Wednesday?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. So, in this new season premiering on Wednesday, it's gonna be 29 days instead of 30. 26 days. My bad. 29. How do you feel about that?
That's not fun.
It's 29, but it's supposed to be like harder, like physically and survivor-wise.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay, so it's gonna be like interactive, so basically like Blue's Clues. No, I'm kidding. It's like there's like you can interact like with an app to like you get hints on things that are happening before they show it in the show. Do you think that's good? Do you like that or not?
I mean, I'm not gonna give the app.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then do I have any more? Oh, so Jeff has been calling it The Monster, and it's like in a horror movie. Do you think that's weird, or do you think that's cool?
I mean, he could probably come up with something better, but...
Yeah. So, those are all my questions. Thumbs up. Alright, that was pretty fun, huh? Casuals bus. So, I'm excited for that segment. And yeah, so this is all I have for the video. I shouldn't say all. This is probably like 5 million hours long. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to tune in every Saturday for Survivor related videos, and if you want to see my other content, tune in every Thursday. And so just if you can't remember that, or if you don't want to remember that, just turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time I post a new video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions for me about the episodes that you want me to include in my recaps, just like DM me. I'll put my Instagram handle here. I don't have a way for people to like ask me questions other than if you want to comment them, so you can also do that too. Just because I don't think many people are going to watch this. But if you do watch this and you want to ask questions, yeah, hit me up, DM me, and I will put it in my recap unless they're weird. Comment, DM me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you have never watched my videos before and you're seeing this because of Survivor, comment below and say, Survivor 41 with 3 exclamation points. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching.